Morning everybody, it's Pete the courier driver here. A bit of a departure this one, so if you want a courier driver mob and you want to watch the videos, this one isn't for you. You might be interested anyway, it's up to you. About, a couple of months ago, because I do these Sunday videos where I talk about questions that people have got and all that kind of things. One of the guys, I think it might have been CJ or Rocco or something like that, in the background, saw this scooter over here, which happens to live in my front room. And he said, why don't you do a video about scooter? And it's kind of been a bit hectic, but we got round to doing it. The thing is, it's not my scooter. It's my father-in-law's scooter, which I managed to kind of ploin in the fact that when he stopped using it, he had it in his garage. And I kind of went, oh, you don't want to sit in your garage, Graham? Why not bring it into a nice warm house where it won't go rusty? And basically I've done this purely for selfish reasons because it is the most beautiful thing and it now sits in my front room. But one of the guys said, why don't you do a talk about it? So I've roped him in, so we're going to have a talk about a scooter over here. So here we are. This is the scooter. This is my father-in-law, Graham. And do you want to come a bit closer? How are we doing that video? Yeah, this is Molly doing the video, but I'm on. Right, Graham, talk us through it. Basically, what is it?
Right, it's a 1960 Vespa 150 Sportique. So anyone that knows anything about scooters would know what that is. Because you can get lesser engines and you can get larger engines. Well, this is about the middle of the range. Right. But it's a Sportique, and this is a 1960. So it's vintage. It's a vintage Sportique Vespa.
And this is like an original scooter. This is a copy or anything like that.
Well, it's all the bodywork, all the engine is original. Mm-hmm. So obviously over the years it's been maintained, and bits of it have been changed. And they've been changed because you had to change them because it actually improves the bike. Probably the biggest thing that's been changed on it is the wheels. Because the original wheels used to be 8 inches. That's why everyone used to fall off them, because you go around a corner and you just fall off of things. So what they've done is increased the wheel size, so they're now 10-inch wheels. So that's the biggest change. It's also changed because it's now 4 gears rather than 3, which makes about 2 mile an hour difference. That's all it does. But other than that, everything on it, except for the chrome, because when I bought it in London actually, there was a place, and I can't remember, it's in East London, there's a market down there, I can't think what it was called, but I bought it from them. It was, I think it was in Brick Lane, so it was a scooter centre, and I bought it from there years ago. 13 years
The heckling from the cheap seats, by the way, is my mother-in-law, who keep talking as much as she likes.
Because it was, I was 60, and I had a bike originally when I was 20. And it was exactly the same, not this bike, virtually exactly the same bike, a Sportique, but because it was yellow. And I had that for years and years and years. So when I got to 60, I had one of those midlife crises where I thought, I've got to get another bike. So I bought this one.
What about add-ons?
The add-ons, yeah, this pannier at the back is the original pannier. So that, all the other chrome bits are just add-ons. It's like everything, when you get older and you get something, you say, oh, I'd like that. And for every birthday, every Christmas, you get something extra. So, and then you've got these bars. I think these are called Florida bars, these. And then there's something, there's a pannier at the front, and you get this sort of, and you get that pressure. It hasn't got any lights on it because I didn't get that.
You didn't go mad for the lights in the middle street?
Because obviously we were, my wife and our daughters, we were mods, so. But we didn't have lights and all that because, well, for a start, it just drained your battery anyway. So if you had them on and you stopped at traffic lights, the whole bike just died because the lights took all the power. It's actually quite a rare bike because you can see it's got split seats. Now most Vespas have not got split seats. They're a bench seat, they're a long narrow seat, which is okay. But I went on the net and just to see how much the bike was worth, because we all do that with old things. And there were bikes that were older than this and bikes that were younger, but I didn't see one bike on any site that was 1960. This was the only one, and it's in Ferrari red as well, which makes it a little bit special.
It's a nice colour.
So it sort of stands out. It's a great bike. What else can I tell you? Oh, it's got its original number plate on it.
Oh, like the actual number plate that came over. I believe you said a long time ago they came over from India or something like that.
Yeah, it was. They exported it. It was made in Italy because you can buy some Vespas that are made. I think they're called Douglas. They're made in. I don't quite know what that is, but it's a factory. Douglas is a place, isn't it? So I'm not sure quite how that works. But some bikes, and they are quite rare actually, if you can get a Douglas Vespa, they're actually worth more than the original Italian ones. But this bike was exported to India because you all seen documentaries in India and they're all riding around on Vespas. So then it came back, they brought it, this company that I bought it off bought this back from India and they did it all up because it needed servicing and MOT and all that sort of stuff. And then I had some extra work done on it because the front wheel jarred a bit, so we had the thing bored out. So now it's sort of pristine, except the only thing is it hasn't been driven for, I don't know, how many years?
I don't know, keep in mind how long ago it was when you bought it?
Well, yeah, I bought it in
10 years? 13
years ago, yeah, because I'm now 73 and I bought it for my 60th birthday. It was my treat to myself, sort of thing.
That's great. So when you bought it, did you get a lot of use out of it? I mean, what did you use it for?
I didn't. I just used to run around in it locally, and I used to pick my granddaughter up from school.
Who's the one with the video camera?
Which is the one, yes, which is.
In fairness, stay there right now. This is, I guess that was probably, you got that on the mom?
Bear with.
That's probably the
That's
two of them.
me in here.
You used to
Look,
pick
there's
her
all
up
the
from
windows
school.
you
If I'd
can
done it
see.
on a motorbike, they'd never let me live it down.
Yeah, so I used to pick Molly up from school, which was good fun because I used to pop up from school. Of course, all the kids had never seen a bike like that really, and we used to sort of drive a long way around the village and bring her home. And everyone we see, because it's got the most stupid little hooter on it, go, beep, beep, it's just really stupid. And we'd wave and go, and then of course everyone smiled, a bit like a noddy bike, you know, like Noddy in his car. You go beep beep, and everyone. But I said no, they don't like us. They're just laughing at us because they're this stupid hooter. About number plate, this is the interesting thing is you can't, you know, you could buy this bike and take the number plate off, which would be quite rare because it's an old one. But on vintage bikes, you can't do that. You can't change the number plate. That number plate goes with that bike. So if you wanted to, no, because I mean I don't know how much the bike's worth now, but you think, oh, I could buy a cheap bike with an old number plate, take it off.
I'll put it on and make it look like it's
put it on your car, but you can't do that. Well, you could, unless it's changed, but I don't think you could do that. So, what else is there to tell you? Runs on petrol. Is it 2-stroke or 4-stroke? I never remember which way around it is. It's a 2-stroke.
My friend has to turn the key and it goes.
Yeah. Is it 4-stroke? I can't remember which car. Car's 4-stroke. This is 2-stroke. Right. Runs on petrol. The speedo is actually in kilometres per hour, not miles per hour, because it was made in Italy. So it's not miles per hour.
It's a proper Vespa from Italy.
It's the whole thing. And like I say, it's an original, totally original bike. All the body, this is exactly, hasn't had a respray, and it's been lovingly polished by the girls in this house. And it was in my garage, but it just seemed like a waste because...
I'm very lucky to have it here. It's a beautiful thing.
Because it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, you're never going to get a copy, you're never going to get another one because it is what it is.
Would you ever consider selling it?
What's
your reckon, Mum?
No, absolutely not.
It's like when anyone says that and they say, well, if the price was right, I mean, if someone was to offer me a ridiculous amount of money for it, I would sell it, yeah, possibly.
I wouldn't let you.
It's going to use Mole's inheritance. So.
Yeah. I think that if someone gives you loads of money for anything, it makes you go...
Well, if you're out there and you want to leave something on the comments page, I suppose I may or may not pass it on. So,
yeah.
I think that's about covered, mate. I'll probably think of a million questions after I've done this.
Oh, you don't have to tax it either. Vintage, you don't have to tax. You do get a tax disc, but you don't have to pay for it.
Nice.
So you put it through the normal channels, but you just don't pay for it.
Just quickly, Dave, what was it like being a mod in the 60s?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fab, wasn't it? That was the time. We were lucky being born in the 60s. Oh, well, no, not living in the 60s, not born in the 60s. Great times.
Right.
And I think anyone that was born just after the war, that was that sort of age, would think, oh no, that was the time, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of love something show.
You know, you had the Beatles to go on, you could go down and kick someone down in Brighton. I mean, yeah, that's how it was, wasn't it? It was good.
Cool. Well, I think we're based just outside of Dunstable, and I believe there is a scooter club down the road, but...
Oh, actually, if you ever go on the net and just put scooter clubs in, virtually everywhere it's got a scooter club.
Okay.
But I'm not sort of into that. I couldn't go riding around and sit in a cafe and drink coffee and talk about scooters. I think that would be a bit boring. Every month or so, you will have a meeting with all the boys, And most of the bikes are pretty rubbish anyway. So.
Right, we're going to wrap it up now because otherwise it gets a bit long. Mate, thank you very much for doing it.
Yay!
Cheers, guys. That's the report from Pete, the courier driver. Today, not talking about little vans, talking about bikes. Hope you're all well out there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good week. Take care, mate.